Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, USA, good afternoon, Europe, good evening to the Arab world. Thank you for inviting me to participate on Saudi Arabia and Arab world challenges and opportunity, COVID-19 and lower oil prices. Please note, my talk does not represent any institution that I am associated with. It represents my own personal view only. The impact of COVID-19 and lower oil prices on the economy, in particular, social and environment in general, across Saudi Arabia and the Arab world. Saudi Arabia achieved an outstanding performance compared to other industrialized countries in managing crisis and disaster management, in fighting the spread of COVID-19. Saudi Arabia long-term vision, long-term visions, long-term strategies. The Saudi Vision 2030 have achieved some success in the goals and objective in the sustainability triple bottom line on terms of profit, people, and planet. Thriving economy is one of the pillars of Saudi Vision, aimed to encourage and develop the private sectors, business to create business opportunities. Saudi leadership foresee the sustainable economy of the future to be based on enlarged the private sector role and diversification away from their rente economy. The private sector is a major part of Saudi stakeholder. Private sector is defined as part of the economy that is run by individual and company for profit, and it is not state control. What are the Saudi major stakeholders? I think there is 8 group of Saudi stakeholders. Number 1 is the tribe. Number 2 are the religious leader. 3, the business people. And then the technocrat or the professional. And then the 5th one is the royal family. 6 is the civil servant. 7 are the Saudi national. And 8 is non-Saudi national who are resident in Saudi Arabia. The impact of the pandemic on the business in KSA. Well, first, unemployment went up to 15.4% among Saudi in the third quarters of 2020. The Saudi Human Resources Development Fund, HADF, support programs for all jobs and profession in the private sector at the rate between 30 to 50% to pay Saudi employees monthly salary over the course of 2 years. The lockdown during the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic, business went into a slowdown. Opportunity during the pandemic. There is an opportunity. So let's talk first about the business opportunity. COVID-19 crisis have created a new business strategy in terms of artificial intelligence, e-services, e-commerce, and the delivery services, which is door-to-door, such as Marsul app. What are the challenges? The pandemic and the lower oil prices created various challenges to the business, as the economy depends heavily on government activities. Saudi government Saudization program to reduce the unemployment rate among Saudi nationals created an additional burden to the business community, such as the private sector. Increase the levies on business by the Saudi government. The lower oil price impact. The collapse of oil prices forced the Saudi government to lower the spending rate that have impacted the following. The impact on oil revenue on SMEs, small and medium enterprises. SMEs defined by Munshaat, which is the General Authority for Small and Medium Enterprise, that the number of employees is not less than 1 and not more than 249 employees. SMEs are the backbones of the Saudi economy, thus significant engines of economic growth. SMEs contributed to about 35% to gross domestic product, the GDP, by 2030, the aim of the National Transformation Program for the SMEs. Oil revenue have also impacted the unemployment. COVID-19 pandemic created an opportunity to increase the Saudi national employment in the workforce. There is more Saudis are joining the workforce because of the pandemic. Evidence show 35% increase of Saudi women workforce in the national economy. The percentage of Saudis among the total workforce in the kingdom private sector rose by almost 24% during the third quarters of 2020, with a total of about 2 million national. Lower oil price impact on the government budget deficit. The deficit on the annual monetary budget have subsequently forced the government to reduce expenditures. Private sector depend heavily on government spending. The reduction on spending created uncertainty for the business community. Job opportunity in the public sector. Public employment went almost to the minimum among the Saudi national. To balance the Saudi budget, the government have increased the value-added taxes, VAT, from 5% to 15%. Let me conclude my talk. Despite the government support, we are still witnessing SMEs who close their businesses due to the lack of funding, abrupt change on the rules and regulation, the high cost expat levy imposition of the 15% value-added taxes. This lead to the departures of the expatriate workers. The impact of COVID-19 and lower oil prices have made the Saudi leadership to refocus their long-term strategies and prioritize for Saudi Vision 2030. COVID-19 effect have increased the chance of employing among Saudis in the private sector. It create an entrepreneurial spirit to innovate and create business opportunity. While many expatriates left their job and employment opportunity is at the lowest. To close my talk, I'll be happy to answer your questions. Thank you.